Shalom, giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakorash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. All right, we're going to go in the news, linking things that are happening worldwide to the Holy Scriptures, so that you believers, you brothers and you sisters that are coming back to the obedience of Yahweh through the sacrifice made by his only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, can know that these words are faithful and true as we chant down Babylon the Great, all right, which is America, as well as this beast system, all right, NATO and the EU, all right, as well as the heathen who are joined unto the biblical Edomites to establish, all right, a NWO, all right, which is a new world rooted in wickedness, all right, doing the bidding of Satan on earth, all right, and we are prophesying the coming of a righteous kingdom rooted in righteousness, all right, where the whole world will be subject, all right, and bow to the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right, and the law, statutes, and commandments will be the standard in which every nation, all right, will have to live by, okay? So you see here, all right, I got a few things that I want to get into, just a few headlines, tapping into some prophecies, nothing too big, but U.S., which is the United States of America, all right, falls out of top 20, all right, in the world's happiest countries list. Now, if you remember, the America was the glory of the kingdoms, as the scriptures even call it. It says Babylon, the glory. All right, I believe, I forget. Let me see if I can find that. All right, Babylon, glory. I forget how it's worded, but ultimately, boom. And Babylon, Isaiah 13:9, the glory of kingdoms. The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. America was once the glory of kingdoms. All right? The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. All right? The witches and warlocks, the bankers and these elites who run this place, they used America as a means to go throughout the four corners of the earth, all right, doing the bidding of Satan. But at one point, Babylon was the glory, all right, of a kingdom's beauty. When you thought of, a great country, all right, and what a great, flourishing, civilization look like, you would look to America. The word is Tazab Yah. Okay, glory, honor, beauty, decoration, roebuck, gazelle, perhaps an extinct animal. All right, so America was once known as, and they were swelling up. They was swelled up with pride. Okay, and ultimately they were the beauty. They were the honor. They were the glory of the kingdoms. All right, and we're living in a time where the nations are no longer flowing to Babylon the Great, and all of these different nations are turning a side eye to this place. All right, but I just thought this was interesting that you see here Babylon falls out of top 20 in world's happiest countries list. All right, and you can thank, ultimately Esau, Edom, but especially the Obama and the Biden administrations. All right, because their policies have taken this place to SHITs. Okay, and we know it's the bidding of the elites that's doing this. All right, but as you can see, this place is through. Okay, it says for the first time, the United States has fallen out of the top 20 spots on the annual world's happiest nations list. All right, the men are pissed off, the women are pissed off, the children are devoured, the food is fake, the education sucks, the music is trash. Okay, life doesn't have a good feel over here in the Americas, man. Okay, Americans are now 23, far behind the top five countries: Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and Israel. Okay, which hell is getting ready to be bought to those places as well. It says the United States of America has fallen out of the top 20 for the first time, all right, since the World Happiness Report was first published in 2012, driven by a large drop in the well being of Americans under 30. Okay, and you can thank 2020 until now for a big part of why nobody's happy. People are all messed up, they don't know what they're walking around inside of them. Okay, the inflation, shrinkflation, meaning you have to pay more dollars for less product. Okay, and this is where we are. Okay, it says the decline may not come as a surprise to many Americans. All right, with U.S. Surgeon General citing rising levels of anxiety and mental health issues among the young as a devastating crisis as far back as 2021. And I wonder what happened before 2021 that led to all of these anxieties and mental health issues. Okay, the scriptures tell you, just get that, because iniquity. Okay, because of iniquity, which is sin. All right, and these are all the results of sin being the standard. All right, of how this earth is being ran, how this kingdom is being ran. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right, and we know iniquity is what? Sin, transgression of the law. Shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, and this word cold is psycho. So you have a bunch of psychos running around, full of juice. All right, they walking around with them jabs in them. Their eyes are leaking. All right, they don't know the left from the right. They can't even think properly. The stupidity of people since 2020, even before then, has went absolutely nuts. Okay, entertainment is fake, sports is fake. All right, there's nowhere people are able to really turn to for happiness. So as a result, people are going psycho. You got a bunch of psychos running around. All right, metaphorically, the waning of love. You got men putting a lot of women to death. All right, to debt. You got a lot of women, offing their children. Men and women offing themselves. Suicide rates are high. Okay, a bunch of wrecks. People don't know how to drive. No patience. Diseases everywhere. Okay, and that juicy jab got a lot to do with a lot of the hell these people are catching. But all right, the metaphorically for a waning of love, which love is the keeping of the law. You see, so because iniquity has abounded, and America has been at the forefront of sin being spread throughout the world. All right, now we see the love of many waxing cold, and America is no longer, all right, the beauty of the kingdoms. All of the nations are looking at this place laughing. Look at your presidents. Look at your rulers. It's all a big joke. Okay? Look at your men. They're all sodomized. Look at your women. They're all bold and, all right, everybody's overweight. This is a big mess. Now they're getting ready to have to lower the draft standards so that they can draft some of you dumb, all right, corn dog and ranch eating bastards and throw you on the front lines of World War III. All right, so you can meet your fate. Okay, it says the new global happiness tally was issued to coincide with the UN's International Day of Happiness. There's no happiness in the earth. Okay, and you can keep reading that, but let's get this video real quick. All right, U.S. drops from list of top 20 happiest countries in the world.
New at midday, this year's World Happiness Report is out, and the United States did not make the top 20. The report looks at countries across the globe with the highest level of life satisfaction. The U.S. came in at number 23 overall after Kuwait. Researchers found that happiness scores for people under 30 years old were dramatically lower than
people under 30, all right, which that's the heartbeat of a flow of a society. They're unhappy, okay, and they're getting ready to rise up against the government, okay?
people 60 and older. And it's also the first time the U.S. has dropped out of the top 20.
People 60 or over are unhappy. The elderly are unhappy. The scriptures talk about how Babylon, let's get that in Isaiah 47. Okay, and Babylon will meet its fate, okay? This is all judgment, all right? It just so happens that the Heavenly Father woke us up, all right, at the height of Babylon's judgment, okay? Remember, the elect, all right, primarily will be delivered out of Babylon the Great, all right, this new spiritual Egypt, okay? So we would have to, offer up this sacrifice while the revival of the fourth beast, which is the revival of Rome, Babylon the Great, is ruling. Isaiah 47:6, I was wroth with my people, meaning he was pissed off with us. I have polluted mine inheritance, okay, meaning he's allowed us to be given over to you heathen, right? Give me 1 second. But see, now those curses are coming back on you people, okay? Got to see if I can find that video of that individual crying. I think I have it here. See if I can find it. I thought there. Yep, there we go. We'll bring that one up as well. Okay. But going back here, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. I have given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient, thou hast very heavily laid thy yoke. Upon the elderly of our people, man. All right, now we are the ancient people, period. All right, but upon the elderly, let's get this in another version. Okay. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You helped further the affliction. You oppressed even the elderly. So the elderly are catching hell. All right. Now, this is speaking of the elderly of Israel, but all of the elderly are catching hell over here in the Americas. The healthcare system is all jacked up. Here it is. You have, all right, elderly. All right. They'll work for this system. All right. 60 plus years, 70 plus years. All right. Pay into this thing called Medicare. All right. Only to finally get it and still be charged a monthly premium. Okay, and if you make so much money, they're going to make your premium higher. Okay, completely wicked. All right, if you take early retirement, there's only so much you can make when it's your money. And the whole system is jacked up. All right, I'll leave it at that. The whole system is jacked up and it's a scam. And many people are waking up to that fact. You see?
We're in the report. Since the report was first published in 2012, at number one, it was Finland, once again named the world's happiest country for the 7th straight year. Denmark took second place. Finland's ambassador says that broad trust in institutions, access to nature, and low stress contribute to their overall sense.
Access to nature and low stress. They cut down all of the trees, especially where you Israelites are heavily populated. You notice there's no trees, which trees lead to happiness, better health. So this devil, all right, is through. All right, this place is through. All right, now let's play this video. I think the head of the KC camp did this video here. All right, Mataloya. Salakia if I keep butchering your name. But subscribe here, GMS KC Living Waters, Part 1. Now you devil knows how it feels to struggle. And this, you see this low level 2/3 Edomite, all right, which this is all prophecy that the curses were going to fall upon our enemies. Let's get Deuteronomy 30:7 real quick. Okay, Deuteronomy 30:7. Because we're just in the news, right? Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord through his prophets and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. All right. And we're commanded to walk in the spirit here in these latter days. All right. And you got a lot of Edomites. All right. They're complaining of how this place was, set in stone. Okay. They're complaining of their ungodly forefathers, their founding fathers. Okay, this is the book of Sirach 41:7. I'll start at let's see here, 6. All right, Sirach 41:6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish. And America was supposed to be the inheritance of these Edomites. You know, these everyday lower level Edomites were supposed to inherit America and pass this down. This was supposed to be, all right, their piece of the pie, their prosperity. But now they see their own elites are taking it away from them. This is why you're getting ready to see a lot of them committing suicide, all right, and taking up arms to fight against the powers that be. Okay, because Jake don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, it says the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High. If you increase, it is for your destruction. And America has increased. All right, and here's the end all be all.
No, I don't know how any of you guys are going and going and going. I know you gotta be at the same level of mental health as me. Every day it's something new between the fucking news and the fucking stupid Biden and stupid Trump. And this country's fucked. Every day we're spending more and more money. None of us are getting ahead. The rich people are the ones that are fucking getting ahead. I'm tired of struggling. I've done everything I can. I'm trying to be a good man. I take care of my daughter. I take care of my wife. The best I can.
Damn.
I can't keep going. Every day it's something new. And then on top of that,
and see, the Lord set up people to get on social media and bring these things out. You know, as annoying as social media is, all right, the Lord is using it for the truth to be spread, but we're also getting an insight on what's going on with regular everyday people, things we wouldn't have known, you know, in times past. Now people are pressing record, all right? Hell has gone viral, all right? And what I mean by hell is this hellish condition that has taken place, that has taken hold of the earth. Okay, the people are mourning. Okay, Jake. Okay, especially these women. Okay, Esau. Okay, they're all they're through. The American dream, all right, has become a nightmare to these people. Okay.
As if you're not trying to spend money, you have to. Fucking everything's expensive. I own a painting company, I still can't fucking make it. I'm fucking trying, man. I can't look at my daughter and my wife and know I'm failing.
Yeah, the American dream is over. Hurt. And we catching hell too, but hey, we've been catching hell for so long. Hey, we've learned how to be, content with what we have. All right, and the spirit just, we have our daily bread. All right, but a lot of these people, they thought that this was going to be, that this America thing was going to, really, make it somewhere. But now we're living in a time where, hey, it's over. Let's look at it a little bit more. Hey, what does it say? What does it say in the book of Luke? Damn. And I get it. All right. It's just, to see E, in this state. And I mean, you go to TikTok, you go to these different social media platforms, there's nothing but, all right, people complaining. All right. TikTok complaints. I guarantee you, if we type that in, okay, we'll see it. Okay. Let's see here. TikTok complaints. All people are doing is getting on social media and complaining. Okay? I have to look it up, but the everything is messed up. Okay? See. It's just nothing but, men and women on the internet complaining. All right, I'll look it up later because there's a particular term you can type in where it's just people complaining about their rent, about how high the food is. Okay, how they're struggling, and a large number of them are Edomites. Let's get this in the book of Luke 21. And 24, and there shall be signs, and this is a sign that the time of the Gentiles is being ended, leading to the return of Yahushua. That would happen in the revival of the fourth beast, pursuant to Daniel, the 7th chapter. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. We're seeing the distress of nations, okay, with perplexity and the sea and waves roaring. Let's look up this word distress. We're seeing the distress of the people, okay? Sunoke, all right, holding together a narrowing, all right, metaphorically straits. People are in straits, all right, as we're in this modern day Egypt, all right, which, Egypt means double straits, okay? Well, people are in straits, distress, anguish. People are catching hell, all right? The stress of the nations all around the earth. People are suffering because of the particular sanctions, that America's putting on their countries, particular loans they can't pay back. And then we have perplexity, which is aporia, the state of one who is perplexed. And then we go here, all right, to be without resources. To be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at loss with oneself, to be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do. And that's going to lead to a lot of suicide. All right, suicide rates are up. Okay. All right. Suicide rate hits an all-time high in the U.S. Okay. What's wrong with people? Why are people so depressed and messed up in the head? Amongst young people, suicide rates amongst young people up since 2011. All right. This rat race. This is why you have to have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because it's only going to get harder before the kingdom comes. All right. So the people are without resources. People are in straits.
Everybody wake up. It's time to stand up. It's time to be tired of this. It's our turn to fucking eat. I want to eat.
See, and who's he wants to eat. It's our turn to eat. Who's eating? The billionaires. The elite. See? So they're complaining. These people, these Edomites, are mad. All right, at how their elites have handled the blessing. I want to eat, and don't get confused. All right, which is some of these are jakes, but don't get confused with these Edomites trying to say, well, it's the elites against us. Because if things went back to how they were in the 50s, the 40s, these Edomites would take it gladly when your asses was at the bottom and they had, and they were chilling. All right, hanging you from trees. They're enjoying their Edomite white privilege. They would love to go back to that. That's why Trump has been set up to give them a sense of hope. All right, with this whole Make America Great Again. What that means is us Edomites having the peace, us regular everyday Edomites having the peace, all right, and enjoying our rights and our inheritance to pass down to our children, and they pass it down to their children. Okay, America was never great for you Israelites, but now these Edomites are feeling it. Look at this guy.
I want my family to eat.
Yeah.
I want you guys to eat. Stand up! Let's go! Stand up, man!
And these are the type of Edomites that are gonna be fighting against the powers that be. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Okay, and around 2020, when that demic came into play, all right, there, which I bring this out a lot. There was a particular mental sickness called languishing. Okay, let's see if we can bring that up. Yeah, it was called languishing. Okay, let's see if it comes up here. Languishing mental health. How to stop languishing. And this started about 2 to 3 years ago. How to get out of languishing. What is languishing and how to stop it? And 3 years ago, this is when this started. What happened around that time? See? Let's check this out.
Well, we are now 14 months into the pandemic in what's hopefully the final stretch. But the constant ups and downs, who among us isn't wearing thin, right? It's easy to feel a sense of stagnation.
Look, why the pandemic causes languishing and how to cope.
Of emptiness as the weeks and months go by. It's called languishing. Psychologist Adam Grant recently wrote about it in the New York Times. So we turned to Instagram to ask what languishing looks like for you. One person compared it to climbing a never-ending ladder. Another, like listening to a song on repeat. And here's one many of us can relate to. Work, sleep, pay bills, repeat.
See, work, sleep, pay bills, repeat. So people have no vigor. They have no, morality. They're just, the morale is low. They're sad. They're beat down. Okay.
So let's explore this and talk about how to break that cycle. Dr. Shimi Kang is a psychiatrist and author.
See, the psychiatry, none of that is going to fix this. The law, statutes, and commandments is going to have to be put into the earth. Okay. And this was all done on purpose. Overcoming languishing. This was a big thing.
So I just wanted to talk today a little bit about languishing and what to do about it, how to get out of it, because in many ways it feels like our life has gone back to normal since the pandemic, but it hasn't. Our life has changed drastically since February, March of 2020. So I just wanted to talk today.
Since 2020. I wonder what happened in 2020. Look at this.
Collectively burned out, and I am very...
Look, there is an example of somebody complaining on TikTok. All right, with the bonnet on. Pissed off.
collectively burned out, and I am very afraid for us in the coming years.
Turns out, there was a New York Times article a couple of months on this. It's called languishing. If you're languishing, you're not exactly depressed, but you're not exactly excited. You're going through life, feeling joyless, aimless, sort of going through the motions. It takes you a little longer to get out of bed. Everything's a little slowed down because
No energy.
no fundamental end to this pandemic, even now.
See, there's no happiness in the earth. So the Bible prophesied of this these days. Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and faded away. Okay? Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? The word for languisheth is a maul, to be weak, to droop, to languish. You wake up with no energy. The earth even doesn't have that feel it had to it. I'm an 80s baby. I remember how the earth smelled and how a day felt, how water tasted. And that was even a defiled, state. The world was even in a defiled state then, but it's gotten even worse. It's grown feeble. There's no life to it. Okay? So the earth has languished. Okay? All right, so let's go back here. It says, the haughty people of the earth languish. Okay, let's look up this word haughty. The haughty people of the earth. All right, bitter. These people are bitter. All right, marawam. Height, these elevated, proudly. See, these proud people are languishing. Here it is. They're on social media all day. They're boasting in this all day. They have access to all of these, technology and sex and, money, but they're not happy. Okay? To be lofty. All right? And that goes to, what's that, Isaiah the 13th chapter? I forget where it's at, but the lofty looks, the proud looks, see what this says. Let's see. Isaiah 5:15, the mean man shall be brought down low, and the mighty man shall be humbled. The eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. Okay? Let's see if we can get a precept to that. So I know that's talking about what happened to Israel. But now, again, these curses are falling upon these people. Let's see here. Let's see, pride, low. Proverbs 29:23, a man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. And these people ain't humble. So these lofty, exalted people, all right, especially here in Babylon, they're languishing. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath a curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. That destruction that's coming. The new wine mourneth, and the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. See, all the merry-hearted. Let's look up this word merry-hearted. Remember, there was a time where people were happy in America. All right. Shamach. Joyful, merry, joyful, showing joy. All right. Now, all right, they're sighing. All right. Anah. Okay. Anach. It says to groan, to gasp. Even the animals are groaning and sighing. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth in them, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Remember, music, all right, the purpose of music was to forward constructive behavior, make you feel good. Now it's just noise. Okay, it's just noise, man. And people are, they listen to music, they go out and do horrible things, they make terrible decisions. Okay, what was made for good has been what? Now used for evil. The mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended. All right, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with the song. Drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right, strong drink, okay, shall be bitter to them that drink it, man. The wine is all messed up. You drink wine, you get depressed. It's all kind of chemicals in it. Okay. You get a headache. You wake up the next day feeling off. Then you say, I'm gonna take some months off of the drink. Okay. Then you try, it's just all messed up, man. drinking, wine and playing music was supposed to be associated with happiness, but now those activities are associated with bitter and sadness. Some people try to fake it using social media, posting themselves, but really these people ain't happy. The city of confusion, which Babel means confusion, Babylon, is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All the joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. See? The mirth of the land is gone, man. And this all stems from what? Not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So America, all right, is on a decline, and the people, all right, are hurt.
Let's fucking eat. I'm tired. Let's help each other. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I don't care what fucking color you are.
See?
If you are not eating and you're struggling, eat with me. Let's struggle together then. Let's be a team.
Yeah, and see, these Edomites wasn't talking about that when, they had their little piece of the pie. Anyway, let's get into a little bit of other news. Okay. Historically extreme heat wave spreads across the U.S. Eve.
Welcome back. The extreme heat continues to affect millions of Americans, and as Christian Benavidez reports, this year is already on track to be one of the 5 warmest years on record.
Now you remember, all right, let's see if I can find that. All right, that death toll at the Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia has risen. I saw in one article it was like 1,600 amid extreme high temperatures. So the Lord is using the environment to take people out. Okay, and shit, it's hot as hell here in Texas already, which I hate the weather here. I miss, the Bay Area, but the Lord got me here. Okay, the Lord set me up to be here, but. And again, if I wasn't in this truth, I wouldn't even be in America. I'd be gone. Hey, but the Lord's will be done, Dangerous heat.
In the nation's capital this weekend, crowds were baking at this barbecue cook-off.
It's really hot. I looked over, it's gonna be like 99 degrees today. It's crazy. It's like a heat wave.
It is really hot. I'm sweating.
It's part of a prolonged heat wave with little relief in the forecast, affecting millions of Americans. Out west in California, people hit the beaches and water parks attempting to cool off.
It's very hot, like burning.
Severe storms are also in the forecast. There was
storms, tornadoes, heat. These are all associated with the end time. Okay.
Flash flooding in Sioux County, Iowa, where helicopters had to rescue residents after a levee break.
I can tell you the devastation is severe and it's widespread.
In Minnesota, the constant rain has ended a 3-year drought.
Every day it's wet and raining and raining and raining. This is a summer that just doesn't quit. I'm starting to build an ark at home.
Meanwhile,
so people are through. It's just extreme weather conditions.
An apparent tornado ripped through parts of Wisconsin overnight, destroying structures and knocking out power in the city of Janesville. Parts of New Mexico are still reeling from deadly wildfires that have burned acres, where entire communities have been evacuated.
These are not the only evacuations. We've got flooding evacuations in the north, where the largest wildfire in the history of the United States, one of the largest wildfires in the history of the U.S., it's been really tough.
And wildfires have been happening on a high level over these years. And this is why. Prophecy is why. Let's get 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. 2nd Ezra 5. And let's see here. And 7, and the Sodomites Sea, which this is the Sodomites Sea. Okay, the people represent the sea. Okay, shall cast out fish. That is symbolic of death. When you see fish, jumping out of the waters, you see, fish just dying. That represents that there's something wrong with the waters. And that's symbolic also of these doctrines and philosophies that are being cast out. So the Sodomite Sea, which, I mean, let's get an example of how this is the Sodomite Sea. Let's go back. Hold up. Give me 1 second here, Salakia. Yeah, there we go. Catholic Charity under fire for book reading, urging transcend gender binary to children. Okay, just freakism everywhere. But there was this article I was looking at here. See if I can pull it up. Yeah. Trans activists get a free pass for targeting churches while the Biden administration goes after Christians. This is a bunch of freakism. Okay? It says, so the Sodomite Sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night. The night represents in darkness before judgment comes, right? Which many have not known, but they shall hear the voice thereof. All of this wickedness that's being spread everywhere. Everybody's seeing it and witnessing it. It's being forced on everybody. There shall be a confusion in many places, and the fire shall oft be sent out again. So fires will often be sent out. And if you look over the years, especially these last few years, wildfires have been a big thing. The wild beasts shall also change their places because they're building houses where ultimately wildlife should be. Okay? And mistress woman shall bring forth monsters, man. You know, these the two-headed babies. You know, the crack babies. Okay? These particular children with all kind of the you know, defects. We're living in these times, man. Okay? And the salt water shall be found in the sweet, and friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber. All right? Because ultimately they're getting ready to bring a famine of the word. Okay? As we were, as I was looking at here. Okay? Supreme Court allows White House to press social media companies to remove disinformation. So get this word while you can, because a famine is coming. All right? Now, dealing with these extreme, you know, heat waves and all of that, these are judgments. People dropping dead while they're cutting the grass. Okay? I've been trying to work out in the garage, and goddamn, that's a big mistake. Sheesh. 2 days in a row, I try to, you know, get my little workout on, man, and goodness gracious. It's different. All right, and Texas is known for its heat. All right, and we know that they're gonna blame warming. All right, the global thing. All right, telling you that the cows and the humans are the reason the earth is heating up. All right, but something's going on. These heathen are up to something, man. Okay, this is the book of Revelation 16:3, and a second angel poured out his vial upon the sea. I didn't mean to start there, but I guess I'll finish this. And it became as blood, as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And we're seeing that. Polluted waters. As a matter of fact, let's see here. Thought I had something. Yep. Water sickness map shows U.S. states worst hit this century. Okay. Florida, Ohio, New York has suffered the most cases of water infection in decades. All right, and there's various articles on animals dying. All right, you know, fish, you know, dying in the waters, man. All right, everywhere you look, it's just death. Okay, we're going back to Revelation 16, and the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood. Contamination. There's another scripture talks about the waters became as wormwood, and people who drunk it died. These are things that are all happening and are going to happen as we get closer to the end. And I heard an angel of the water say, "Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged this way," right? "For they have shed the blood of the saints and the prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy." So all of these people are being judged, and it's a worthy judgment. And I heard another angel out of the altar say, even so, Lord God Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. See, these are righteous judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given, all right, unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat and blaspheme the name of God. And we see that happening. If there was a God, why would all of these things happening, which had power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory? Okay? And darkness is coming, grid attacks, all of these things are coming and are happening, in our time. Okay? These extreme heat measures that are, taking people out. Okay? These are judgments of the Lord, man.
And the Mexicans.
More than 100 million people remain under heat advisory alerts this Sunday.
And in New York City, health officials say this week heat-related emergency room visits were 500% higher than the average June. With all the heat here in central Georgia, you're probably looking for some ways to cool off. Well, you can close your blinds and curtains during the day. It's a proven way of keeping your home cooler.
That's crazy. I just did that. I just did that earlier because it was hot as hell. Okay, and they're telling people pretty much as it gets hot, they're telling you that you should set your thermostat to 80 degrees. Because if you put it any lower than that, your bill is going to be sky high. So it's getting ready to be hell out here, man. Okay? It's getting ready to be hell on earth, man. And as this system, collapses and things get extremely worse, all right, people are going to be looking for comfort, man. And the only comfort is in this word because it explains to you why these things are happening. Okay? So they're advising people in 100+ degree weather to put your thermostat at 80. Now, I had mine on 75 earlier, and it was hot as hell. 74 gets the job done. Some people like it lower, but here we are. They're telling you, look, this is going to be the standard. And as smart meters and things, become the standard of how they run this world, they're going to be able to set, all right, your thermostat to a particular, all right, number, and they're going to be able to cut it off. Okay, so we're living in some extreme judgments, in the midst of some extreme judgments. So let's see here. Oh, this was I thought this was interesting too.
Well, today, Israel's Supreme Court rules unanimously that the military can begin to draft ultra-Orthodox men. For decades, the group had broad exemptions from military service. That privilege is going away now. Milan Nell from our partners at the BBC has more from Jerusalem.
Oh, man.
In Israel, the military is often referred to as the
We got to
People's
rewind
Army,
that,
and
man. We got to rewind that, man. Look at
today's
this.
Supreme Court rules
We refuse to serve an army. Look at these niggas.
that the military can
Judah. These are the Jews, right?
begin to draft ultra-Orthodox men. For decades, the group had broad exemptions
Look
from
at it.
military
Look at
service,
these
but
rats.
that privilege is going away now. Milan Nell from our partners at the BBC has more from Jerusalem. In Israel, the military is often referred to as the People's Army, and the wide-scale exemption of ultra-Orthodox men from conscription is a long-standing point of contention, and it's come up a lot more because of the ongoing fighting in Gaza, what's seen in Israeli society as being the inequality in the way that the security burden is shared. Now, in their ruling, the justices did note that. They said in the midst of a grueling war, the burden of inequality is harsher than ever and demands a solution. This ruling potentially means that tens of thousands of ultra-Orthodox men could now be drafted. And it's also got implications for the yeshivas where they study, because the court also ruled that they should not continue to get public funding if their students do not respond to the draft. And this will cause political shockwaves in Israel because you have the governing coalition
Thru. Now, we know, according to the scriptures, we always bring this out, but it's not supposed to be no war. The nations should not learn war when the true people get to that land. So what the hell is that all about? Judah being carted off to war? Micah 4:1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established, and the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. It's the throne of David. And many nations shall come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. People ain't going to Jerusalem, okay, to say, let us learn the ways of the Lord. And to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. Why will people need to be taught if everybody will be up under the new covenant? Okay, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many nations, shall rebuke strong nations afar off. This is what Yahushua is coming to do. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. So there ain't gonna be no war. Okay, ain't gonna be no war when the true, people get to that land. Psalm 72:7, in his days righteousness will flourish and abundance of peace so long as the moon endureth. It's another one in Psalms that talks about war. Let's see here. Boom. Psalms 46:9, he maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow, he cutteth the spear in sunder, he burneth the chariot in fire. So war is going to cease when the true Israelites get to that land. So who the hell is that? Who's these people? What's up with her? Sheesh. Hey, E is through. E is absolutely through. And look at the rulers of this Babylonian experience. Look at this madness.
And talking about losing your grip on reality and sanity, earlier today, bartender turned Congresswoman Alexandria
This is a clown show.
Cortez and a couple of other far-left Democrats held a rally in the Bronx. I don't know, perhaps they were inspired by the huge crowd that Donald Trump got there a couple of weeks ago, but the Democrats' rally, sadly, in what should be Democrat heartland, only had a few hundred in attendance, and they were treated to this absolute cringe fest. Now, just watch this and ask yourself, is AOC okay?
Babylon is done, son. And this is a politician here, man. Okay? That shows you that rap music put demons on people, man. Listen to this nigga.
Has she got her hands on whatever cocktail of drugs they give to Biden before any major speech? She doesn't seem okay to me.
And America's the laughing stock. They're over in Australia laughing at you Americans.
And it got worse when she spoke. Guys, I don't think AOC actually realises that the Democrats are in power right now, because she wants to win the country back. And then she goes full ghetto, then she goes a big country. Watch this private...
They said she went full ghetto, she got country. They just mocking you Americans, man. These Democrats, are all of them, but these Democrats are a special kind of nasty.
School-educated daughter of an architect patronised the locals. I love the hair work.
These people, they're coked up, loked up, all right, too through, and don't know what to do, man. So, let's see here. Now I'm going to leave that alone. I think I had a few other articles. Microplastics discovered in human penises for first time. Scientists have found microplastics in human penises for the first time. All right, as concerns over the tiny particles, all right, for potential health effects. All right, we're in hell, man. This is the worst case scenario, man. We ain't got to look too much further into that. because this is hell. Okay? Let's see here. More products being, recalled. Ice cream products sold nationwide being recalled. All right, over contamination. So these people are up to something, man. Censorship. Instagram is urging, is urging users to reconsider following Tucker Carlson. 24-year-old soldier says, all right, the one that Johanna said he would take. He said, give me 3, 4, 5 of them things. All right. Gave her debilitating, all right, heart issues. So the juice is loose, right? So I just wanted to go through a few Supreme Court to decide if Tennessee can ban trans surgeries for children. This place has to be destroyed. Putin ally threatens America, saying it will burn it with earthly fire. Yep. Okay, we'll get to that in another lesson. Yeah, these people are crazy, man. Klaus Schwab wants to ban people from washing their pants more than once per month. They admit we orchestrated 911. Governor who mandated masking during endemic now wants to criminalize mask on the subway. More, the more juice fouls. The juice fouls. All right, you read that. You see what it says. It's a lot going on, though. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get into some NATO, EU, but I'll do that in another news and prophecy. Got so many lessons that I need to do. But, hey, the Lord works through us to bring out what he wants us to bring out in his time. So, look at this. Hell. Scientists unveil supercomputers powered by lab-grown human brains. Goodness gracious. U.S. will become a bloodbath if Trump wins election. Uncle Maxine. Yep, there will be a major terror attack in the U.S. by 2025. Yeah, we told you. Russia blames U.S. for deadly Crimea strike. So, I'll get into, that World War III files, Lord willing, in the next news and prophecy. But the juiced are blaming the unjuiced for their health problems. Interesting. Rosie O'Donnell will not allow my 10-year-old daughter to have a gender. Okay, look, folly has been set in great dignity, man. Okay? Let's end it off on that. All of this is just folly. Is that Ecclesiastes 10? These people are through, man. This is crazy. Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. See, I have seen servants upon horses, Esau's upon a horse, the red horse, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. You Israelites, man. So because of that, wrongful judgment has proceeded, and folly and wicked, degenerate rulers have now taken hold of the earth, man. And as is the ruler, so are the people who follow him. So hopefully I'll edify on to the next. Shalom.